Hey guys, today I am using the KS Craft Dimensional Diamond Rosette die in the larger size. I just threw up my camera and decided to record when I was making the third rosette. I thought it might be helpful. This is a very sturdy rosette because of folding this piece down right there, and I sped it up 50% so it wouldn't take too long. Some areas I slowed down so you could see it a little better, like this, where you fold in and then backwards to get it in the right position that you need. And you can see these folds when the impressions of where you're supposed to fold when you have it, close to your face. This glittery doodlebug paper, this is actually from that Seasons paper I grabbed from Michael's. This yellow dot paper. It's so springy and pretty and very sturdy, a very good quality. It did drop some glitter on my hands and my table, but glitter does not bother me one bit. So you could actually use it just like that without folding it. So I fanned it out so you could see it. It's a beautiful shape both ways. And the little diamond spots, if you put your thumb in there and then use your forefinger to guide it, it's very simple to get it to go into place. And like I said, it's really sturdy, and this paper did not crack or fray, no little white spots on the pieces of the corners. And in the back there was my practice rosette, and that was from a Michael's paper pad. It's like a unicorn. It might be called Unicorn Party. I bought it last year. And I just thought, oh, that's real cute and festive. I'll try this pink one. And it was easier than I expected it to be, but you do wind up with like extra pieces of paper that you have to trim off. At least this is only the second one I've made. So as I get better at it, because this is my new favorite rosette. So I trimmed this piece off. I watched Hannah from KS Craft assemble hers before I did mine. I didn't pay really close attention. I just kind of had it on while I was in the room, like folding clothes. And I remembered that she cut that piece off. So I went ahead and cut that piece off, but I don't know if you have to. I just went ahead and did it for the sake of time. And recording this start to finish, it took me about an hour, and I was being very slow and very methodical. And you'll see when I'm gluing my wand together, like I wound up cutting out some of it because I used so much glue. It's funny to go back and watch yourself as you create, because you realize what a stickler you are on certain things like adhesive. I'm just like so particular about my adhesive. So you just line things up as in the least bulkiest way that you can get it lined up. So each person would probably be different in the way they glue each rosette strip together, but you're going to wind up with the same result. So you have little pieces that you probably can just fold in and it wouldn't be a problem, but it's such a sturdy, thick, like edges on that. I didn't want it to be too bulky. So I didn't want to edit that out. I wanted to show people that, hey, when I assembled it, I had to do this. And I'm sure that other people will say, oh, I didn't have that issue at all. But that was just how mine wound up assembling. And never forget those. Like, I'm starting to always remember, always cut myself a center piece. And I wondered, why do I keep forgetting this? Some rosette sets come with that circle die. I don't think any of my KS Craft sets have that. And those have been the rosettes I've been making most recently. They're so large. I just love how large they are, and I really am a huge fan of making rosettes. See these little pieces, you just kind of snip them off, and I know they could go in there and be hidden, but I just wanted everything to lay flush and not be like bumped up in certain areas, because this thing's thick and sturdy. Here I'm just kind of lining it up and recording it, and then you flip it so that those corners are on the outside. And then I didn't have to put any silicone pad underneath this because it's so dimensional. I didn't feel like the glue was going to fall that far. It probably stands, I don't know. It could possibly stand half-inch high. It is such a beautiful rosette. And then just stick that on. And I cut some dry time out. But look how sturdy this thing is. I put my paperweight on it so I could go pick out some other things to put on it. And it didn't mess it up at all. This thing is sturdy. So just readjusting the corners before I do the last and final hot glue. And that one I really filled up with hot glue and made it so that it was not going to come unfolded. And then I set that paperweight on it again and went about my business and came back. And the hour that it took to make this wand included all that time, included folding everything. This is the Dollar Tree little like snow looking trim. This one's the pink from Valentine's Day, the lighter pink. And the next one is from Michael's, and that's the chunky pink glitter tool. And I cut them out with that. It's almost like a spider web looking die that I have from AliExpress. It's a reverse scallop circle die. Then here I made, the day before I had made a rosette. I've always wanted to make a big, chunky crepe paper rosette, and everyone has been making them lately. And Simply Home by Nikki actually has a great tutorial on how to make them with needle and thread. I was too lazy to get my needle and thread. And there's the glitter I used for the chunky glitter from Michael's, the Creatology. And I just hot glued. I folded and hot glued. But no, I had done that the day before. That probably took 15 minutes. And I had completed my little Dollar Tree bunny, and that was with some of the Hippity Hop Doodlebug Easter paper. And you just glue it down, and then I use a nail file to sand the edges. This is one of the Hobby Lobby wood words from Easter, and I did add some stickles and some of the, it's a Tim Holt, it's a clear glitter. It's like a frosted glitter. These little stickers are from Hobby Lobby. And, I picked the yellow bunny, but I think I may switch it to that cute little mint bunny. I hot glued it on, but I don't think it's going to be a problem to come off. So here I use a little AliExpress bow because I wanted to give the bunny a bow and some of my gilt eyelash trim from Hobby Lobby. And I just kind of wanted to show how I glued it on so that the string wouldn't show. Kind of had to tack it down. It only took, a minute to do it. And the little spatula I grabbed from the Dollar Tree the other day, I ran back in. They didn't have that much stuff. And the girl was funny. She was like, "Oh, this is a really good trip for you." Because I didn't spend that much. I was like, yeah, it is a shame that they know me by name and they know when I spend less than normal. Oh, goodness. But, the stuff's so cute and so good. How can you resist? Especially if you use it. And you buy one packaging, you can use it for years. And it costs you what now? $1.25? Which is, I'm still adjusting, but adjusting better to it. But it does keep me from overbuying. Like now I don't buy extra. I buy what I need and keep on moving. So that cute little AliExpress, I think everyone hauled those last year. But if anybody needs to know where I grabbed anything and needs a link, just let me know in the comments. So look how quick that assembled. I used a dowel that I picked up from Walmart from their little craft area. And boy, did I glue this thing on. So I glue it on here. And then after it dries, I make sure it's all lined up. Then I glue it on. I double glue it on. Then I come down the bottom and I glue it to the rosette. And then I cut this part out. I came back again and glued the very top. I thought, my gosh, I could hoist this thing across the room and nothing would happen to it. And then after I tie the ribbons on, I'm so gentle with it. Like, what on earth? Like, you'll see me, I tied the ribbons on, just used some tools, some eyelash trim, and then watch how I sit it down so daintily. Like, it's like, oh, my creation. And then I sit it down so daintily. That thing was built to last. Well, I hope you guys found this helpful, inspiring. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. See you soon.